Can I just tell you how excited I was to see Lana on The Lincoln Lawyer for season 2? I was over the moon because I haven't seen her in a lot of things since Once Upon a Time, and I really enjoyed her in that show. There was another show I saw her in, which could have been before her time on Once Upon a Time, but I saw it after Once Upon a Time. But anyway, the point is, it had been a while and I was excited to see her. I literally blew through part 1 of season 2 as soon as Netflix released it, and so far I'm enjoying it. I've yet to see part 2, but that's what weekends are for. Anyway, before wrapping up this season, I thought I'd check what everyone else is saying about Lisa in the show so far, and of course to see whether I could find more fans of Lana. I love having things in common with people. I'm not going to go through what everyone said, and I'll try my best to summarize the prevailing temperature of this season of The Lincoln Lawyer according to Reddit and YouTube comments, because if I ever need someone to agree with me, I know I can always count on those two platforms. I was a little disappointed that most of y'all did not like her character because I thought she was just fine in the show. Perhaps the character didn't have enough development and her storyline was thrown into the deep end a little too quickly, but I still enjoyed her in the first part of season 2. But I decided to turn your comments into stories about the second season of The Lincoln Lawyer because it felt more fun than the actual content. In the dimly lit room, the television screen flickered with the opening credits of The Lincoln Lawyer. John had been a dedicated fan since the show's debut, and season 1 had left him enthralled. As he settled into his favorite armchair, he eagerly anticipated the continuation of the legal drama that had gripped his evenings. Season 2 had just begun, and the first 4 episodes had already unfolded before him. While John still found the show decent, there was a growing disquiet within him, a nagging feeling that something was amiss. The heart of season 2's plot revolved around Lisa, a character introduced with much fanfare. Yet John couldn't shake the disconcerting truth. He simply couldn't bring himself to care about Lisa's predicament. The show's creators had done a terrible job of forging an emotional connection between the audience and Lisa, leaving her character lacking any compelling depth. Lisa, it seemed, was a puzzle missing too many pieces. She possessed numerous flaws, but the writers had failed to provide her with redeeming qualities or a captivating backstory. Her emotional volatility, stubbornness in ignoring her lawyer's advice, naivete towards a troublesome podcaster, and countless other frustrating traits grated on John's nerves. Despite being central to the plot, Lisa felt devoid of substance. In season 1, the show had masterfully woven the tale of Trevor Elliott, a character brimming with complexity. Trevor's unorthodox love for his wife, who served as both his muse and inspiration, had been a captivating narrative thread. The question of whether his love was genuine or devolved into jealousy and resentment added layers of intrigue. The plot begged another question. Was Trevor Elliott an innocent victim caught in a web of Russian mobsters, or a two-faced liar concealing dark secrets? It was a story that had drawn John in, inspiring him to contemplate the many layers of human nature. But Lisa's story lacked such depth. Her involvement in the murder of a shady real estate developer left John cold. He couldn't muster any empathy for a victim he had never met, portrayed as a one-dimensional, corrupt businessman cliché. The lazy writing and lack of character development were disappointing, especially for a show that hinged on viewers caring about its characters. Lisa herself felt like a walking cliché. Any actress could have filled her role without altering the story's dynamics. It was as if the actress had been handed an empty canvas to work with. John found himself in a frustrating position as he watched the first half of season 2. He couldn't discern whether the showrunners wanted him to love or hate Lisa. Her character lacked the depth to evoke either sentiment, and John was left perplexed. In season 1, there had been stakes. Mickey, the protagonist, feared for his family's safety if he failed to secure a non-guilty verdict. John had been emotionally invested in discovering the truth behind Mrs. Elliott's death and unraveling Mr. Elliott's enigmatic persona. The subplot involving the Russian mafia had only deepened his interest in Mickey's legal battles, but season 2 seemed devoid of such compelling elements. There were no negative consequences for Mickey if the case went awry, and Lisa's actions lacked explanation or motivation. As John continued to watch, he held out hope that season 2 would improve, providing reasons for him to care about the characters and their dilemmas. The allure of The Lincoln Lawyer still beckoned him, and hoped that it would recapture the essence of its gripping first season and once again make him care deeply about its characters and their fates. In the heart of Los Angeles, the buzz around the second season of The Lincoln Lawyer was electrifying. Fans had high hopes, especially after the first season had captured their hearts as one of their standout shows of the previous year. As the new season unfolded, there was certainly some positives to savor. The acting remained top-notch, with the supporting cast delivering stellar performances that kept viewers hooked. Intriguing plot lines wove a complex web of mysteries, and the season's finale left everyone on the edge of their seats with a tantalizing cliffhanger. What particularly stood out was the show's use of the city's diverse locations, showcasing Los Angeles in a way that felt fresh and exciting. However, amid these high points, there were some notable downsides. The forced romance between Mickey and Lisa, while central to the plot, seemed to overshadow the crime-centered mystery that many had tuned in to enjoy. For those who had come seeking thrilling legal drama and intricate mysteries, the focus on romance felt like a misstep. But perhaps the most significant letdown for fans was the season's final twist. It was a twist that anyone could have seen coming from a mile away, a twist that echoed a page from the first season's playbook. In a disappointing deja vu, Lisa was acquitted in court only to be revealed as guilty of some crime by Mickey, mirroring the first season's storyline. The sense of deja vu left fans hoping for more originality and complexity in the plot. Despite these criticisms, The Lincoln Lawyer Season 2 earned an overall rating of 7 out of 10. While it may not have reached the heights of its predecessor or delivered the jaw-dropping surprises viewers had hoped for, it still offered an engaging watch. Fans eagerly awaited the third season, curious to see what changes and innovations the show would bring in its next installment. The story of The Lincoln Lawyer continued, with twists and turns still to unfold in the streets of Los Angeles. Lisa's character in Season 2 of The Lincoln Lawyer had become a topic of discussion among viewers. Many found her portrayal lacking depth and even questioned her sanity. Mickey Harlow, the brilliant defense attorney, had taken on Lisa's case just as he had with clients like Trevor and Russell in the past, but this time something felt different. There was an unease in the air, a sense that Mickey might be missing a crucial detail about Lisa. Her actions spoke volumes. She appeared unhinged, with a tinge of obsession in her every move. The way she vehemently denied stalking Mickey only raised more suspicions. And then there was the incident with Mickey's car. It had been tampered with, the contract mysteriously missing. Lisa's fingerprints were never found, but doubt lingered. What intrigued viewers the most was her strange relationship with the ex-husband. He wanted to keep a distance from her, a choice that seemed wise given her behavior. Yet Lisa insisted on involving him in her murder trial. She pushed Mickey to contact him, to seek his help. Her anger flared when Mickey broached the subject of her ex-husband. As the season progressed, Lisa remained a puzzle. Her character lacked depth, leaving viewers frustrated and frankly bored. They wondered if there was more to her than met the eye, something hidden beneath the surface. Mickey, known for his knack for uncovering the truth, faced a conundrum. Had he learned anything from his previous cases? Could he see what the viewers saw? As the story unfolded, the mystery of Lisa deepened, leaving everyone to wonder what secrets she held. In the end, Lisa's character in Season 2 of The Lincoln Lawyer left an indelible mark. Not because she was well written, but because of the intrigue surrounding her enigmatic behavior. The question remained, was there more to Lisa than met the eye? Or was she simply a poorly developed character in an otherwise engaging show? So there you have it. Now, after reading a lot of your comments, I'm more inclined to watch the show and finish it up this weekend because I feel like I have to defend Lisa, aka Lana's character, and somehow convince at least a handful more people that she's somewhat essential to the continuation of the show. I'll let you know whether I would recommend that she stay in the show or if I would be okay with her leaving for good. What are your thoughts on Lisa's character in The Lincoln Lawyer Season 2? Let's continue the conversation in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on all things The Lincoln Lawyer and more. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again soon. Tra-la-la.